Hey guys, and welcome back to another video.
It's a video, alright.
Today, we're gonna talk.
What an interesting topic.
We are. The Legend of Korra is coming out on Netflix on August 14th. It's currently August 1st. So I watched The Legend of Korra about 3 years ago, and it was easily one of my favorite shows, and it still is. It is probably my favorite show.
She's a picture of Mako and Korra right now in her room.
Yes. But we're going to talk about why The Legend of Korra
doesn't suck.
It does, yeah. Why it doesn't suck and why it isn't as bad as everyone says it is. So, let's talk about why everyone seems to hate The Legend of Korra.
We the people hate Korra.
There are so many. I know as soon as the show comes out, there's going to be tons of hate, and I feel like the only people who really genuinely like it and defend it are people who are feminists, and they think that the only reason people dislike The Legend of Korra is because they're misogynistic, and that has absolutely nothing to do with it, I think.
Because they wouldn't like people like Kyoshi and that one other Avatar girl who I never knew.
But I think a lot of people dislike it because it's not Avatar: The Last Airbender.
They want it to be.
They want it to be ATLA, and it's just not. Like, it's not an adventure per se. Like, they're not traveling across the world, even though they kind of do. It's not as full of an extent as it is in ATLA. And even though it's
like the sequel to ATLA, people are just like, no, that's not why we dislike it. And then they go off on rants about how she should have been Aang.
Mm-hmm. And Aang, let's talk about how Aang and Korra, people always compare them, Korra sucks, she's the worst Avatar. Okay, you are better at this explaining it, so you can...
Wait, what am I explaining?
Okay, fine, I'll explain it. Can we talk about Aang barely fought one villain? Aang barely fought one villain.
Team Avatar did the rest of the work for him.
Exactly. Zuko and Katara took down Azula, who was, let's be real, the real villain.
Ozai, all he did was take Ozai's bending away. He couldn't even kill the boy.
Yes. And Korra, throughout 4 seasons, she took on Amon, who took away her bending.
And she still figured out how to bend.
Yes.
And defeat him. Actually, no, that was more his brother, but she got his brother in on it.
Yeah. Second season was she saved the world from 10,000 years of darkness.
She fought evil itself. If that doesn't speak about how strong she is, then you're watching the wrong show.
Season 3, she took on the Red Lotus and had poison coursing through her veins, and she still defeated Zahir.
Yes. And then she still had it for like a couple of years.
Mm-hmm. And then season 4, she took on Kuvira and basically her entire army. Hold on. Okay, sorry for that little pause. We're expecting someone to come over to our house, so I didn't know if they were here or not yet. Okay, but anyways, back to what we were saying. Korra literally took on so many different people in the time span of 4 seasons, while Aang only took on one dude.
Oh, also, I would like to state the fact that a lot of people dislike Korra because she permanently damaged the Avatar cycle, yet she survived without it, unlike Aang.
Exactly.
Aang always called on the other Avatars. I mean, I get he's like 12 and 13, but like, that girl mastered 3 elements by the age 4.
Exactly. I mean, sure, it took her a long time to master airbending, but
it took Aang a good while to master earthbending.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, sometimes there's just no changing people's opinions about it, but you can't just, like, say that Korra is the worst Avatar because she's not Aang, when technically she is.
Also, if you put hate comments in the thing, I will fight you.
Oh, God. Okay. Moving on to the next category of why people kind of hate the show, which is the love triangle, which is Makora Sami. Now, I will fight you if you come at Makora, because...
We don't care about Masami or Korrasami necessarily. Makora.
Yes. People hate Mako because they think he's a player, but he literally
had 2 girlfriends in his entire life. If that's a player, then you need to watch the Batman movies.
Literally, Okay, I understand. He kind of did go back and forth between the two of them.
He's just gonna make up his mind.
Yeah. I mean,
and let's be real, they went along with it. It's not like they're completely innocent.
Yeah, I mean,
they let it happen.
The love triangle was complicated, but I think that's what made the show fun. I don't necessarily I don't ship Aang and Katara, but I don't like relationships that are so straightforward. Like there's no
forced.
Yeah, forced.
It's just like it's a one-way road. You ain't going back.
Yeah, it's there's one way.
There's no ups or downs.
There's no ups or downs, yeah.
It's just a relationship.
And
forward.
Korra, whew.
It's something, alright. That's like you've heard of a rocky relationship, just like Sokka said, but, honey, this is a whole mountain.
Yeah.
A mountain relationship.
And so was Masami, but Masami was kind of just, I don't like Asami that much.
It's like too sweet.
It's too sweet, yeah.
It's like, oh, you're so cute, rubbing noses, and it disgusts me.
Yeah.
I mean, no substance to your relationship. It's just,
so,
dating.
For people who say that the love triangle ruined the show, honestly, I don't think it did. I don't think it took away from anything that was happening. If anything, I think that it added to what was happening because it added that extra layer of drama and like there was just an extra layer to everyone's relationships that they had to work through. Now, let me think.
She's thinking.
Season 1.
This may or may not take a while.
Was honestly the best first season of any show I've ever seen. I think that. Okay.
I disagree. I think that like the 4th or the 3rd season was like the better seasons. Personally.
Okay, well, I like season 1, but moving on.
Oh, I just got a flashback to some video we saw of an AU where Korra hits Mako with their polar bear dog.
I missed the pro bending. Like that was so entertaining to watch.
And poor Bolin was all alone after that. He was just pro bending with these dweebs.
Another argument is Bolin and Sokka.
Bolin is not Sokka. He never will be. He's too pure for Sokka.
Honestly, Gabby made a really good point. She said that Sokka... Actually, you can say it.
Wait, I barely remember it.
Okay, fine. She said that Sokka made jokes, but Bolin was just genuinely funny. He was naturally funny.
Yeah, he's not trying to be funny. He just
is.
Yeah.
I mean, Bolin is too pure for this world. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Sokka, but, like, Bolin, his personality, oh my god.
He's like Jin from Lost.
In my opinion, I ship Korra. Like, I'm a diehard Korra shipper, but I, like, looking back and rewatching it, I think that they should have made the show come full circle, and Bora should have been Endgame.
You also said Bosami should have been Endgame. You can't make up your mind, honey.
Bolin and Korra should have been together in the end, because that's how they started that's what started everyone's crazy relationships, and I think that it would have been nice if they had ended up together. It would have come full circle, and I think that would have been good. But, you know, they didn't do that, which is another, I'm not going to say fault, because that's a matter of opinion, but it's a missed opportunity. Things that could have been done better, season 2.
Yeah,
Season 2, I love The Legend of Korra, but season 2 was crazy.
Except for the end part, like the season finale was like pretty good.
I think
the whole big battle fight with Jinora and Jinora the fairy, apparently.
Oh my god. Literally, the animation is so good in season 2, despite what everyone may think about season 2. And I think, honestly, I would not have a soft spot for season 2 at all, if not for the relationships that happened in it, like Korra breaking up Masami, getting back together, and then Korra happening again, and then just like the way that, like, I think that's what saved it. And especially Bolin and Eska. Oh, pure.
Ew, we sound so psychotic. Also, I would just like to state what else is pure. Basically, all of the background characters who, like, lost their jobs, lost their pending, made a band.
Tano.
They all had, like, a band at the end of the series. And the last episode, honey, they were playing music at, what's his name? I know Julie and Varric's wedding.
Oh my god. Okay, now if we move past season 2 and go to season 3, whoo, top notch. Season 3 was top notch. I mean, everything that happened in it, I think it was really good. Even Gab thought it was good, which is saying something, because
all I do is play Fortnite.
Yeah. And season 4 was good. I mean, season 4 isn't my favorite season. My favorite.
It was something. It was something.
It was good though.
It was entertaining.
And when Varric proposed to Julie, oh my god, it was so good.
It sounds so bad.
I know. Let me think.
Like every couple.
Almost
every couple.
Let's talk about how people.
I hate Opal.
Oh yeah.
Opal sucks.
Opal sucks. That's
if
another
you want to
thing.
fight me, I will fight you in the comment section with another username. You'll know, because it's Candy, but you'll know.
Okay, another thing, people going back and forth between how ATLA is better, and it should have been the gang as adults instead of The Legend of Korra.
Get over it.
Have you watched season 1?
It wouldn't have been called The Legend of Korra, would it?
The flashbacks, they did flashbacks. And sure, granted it was not a lot of content, but it was. Also, no one can convince me otherwise that Sokka is Soogin's father.
Even Netflix said that people think that Soogin just appeared out of thin air. And you're wrong.
The official YouTube channel even acknowledged the resemblance between them. Like, really? Okay, and I ship Sokka.
Unless she just like married someone from the Southern Water Tribe.
No.
That kind of looked like Sokka. Sokka's like, you're gonna shave that kid's head.
And the fact that they, she's a collector, Soogin's a collector of rare meteorite rocks. Like, come on. That just seems a little too, like...
How did she get that rock?
I don't know.
How did it get so big, honey?
Anyways, anyone who wants to say that, like, it's not good, it's not, like, nearly as heart-wrenching as ATLA. Gabby and I watched Avatar The Last Airbender. We binge-watched it. I'd seen it before, but she hadn't, like, all the way through. She'd seen some episodes, and we watched it all the way through, and honestly, when we watch stuff, we crack jokes literally all the time. And
I crack jokes. You just continuously laugh until you can't breathe.
Okay, fine. Oh wait, I just thought of a story, but I'm gonna wait till afterwards to tell you.
I thought of something too.
Okay, wait. So I'm trying to get to the point. Anyways, she never really had a moment during that time where it was kind of like super serious. I mean, the show was kind of serious, let's be real, but like not where there wasn't a point where she was not making jokes.
Amon's backstory though.
Yes, let's talk about that. And we watched The Legend of Korra, okay? And you know how they have that episode, I think it's called Skeletons in the Closet or something like that. And it's when Mako and Korra go and they go talk to Unalaq. No, not Unalaq. What's his name? Tarlok. Not Tar. Yes, Tarlok. They talk to Tarlok. He's locked. He's locked in. He's locked in the attic.
He's
and
Tarlocked in the attic.
He tells his backstory about Noatuk and his brother. He is Noatuk, but he talks about his brother. Wait.
Amon is Noatuk, you idiot.
No. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm getting confused, okay? But he tells his backstory.
When she binge watches shows, it goes through in one ear, out the other.
So he talked about his backstory, and I'm not lying when I tell you, the entire time we were watching that episode, from the time he started telling his backstory to the end, it was dead silent.
It's because he's the youngest.
No.
I get him.
It was dead silent. We were sitting there, and it was just like, I don't think I've ever heard Gabby be so quiet for 20 minutes. I don't think I've ever heard Gab be completely silent for 20 minutes in her entire existence.
Excuse me, all of the time. You're the one who always talks and laughs.
I've seen that episode so many times, and every single time it makes me, like...
shook.
It makes me shook. Like, just the development and everything and how mature it is. Like, especially the part where he's bloodbending the darn wolves. Like, oh, and can we also talk about how in season 3, Sue...
Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
Okay, say it.
It was so vicious. They blew up that girl's head. How vicious can you get? Also, people like to judge ATLA saying it's it's so much more lighthearted than The Legend of Korra, even though The Legend of Korra is basically for people who watched ATLA, but, like, as they get older, obviously they're going to watch something more mature, something to grow with them, so it's not supposed to be. It's geared towards teenagers.
I think that, yeah, by the way, just in case you're confused, she's talking about Sue and Lynn when they, I can't remember that girl's name for the life of me, but the combustion bender girl. They literally encased her head in metal and...
Sparky Boom Boom.
Yeah. Sparky Boom Boom. Boom, not Boom. We've been watching too much Lost, okay.
Only millennials know they won't.
Okay, moving on. But... Let me think.
Basically, this is all the reasons that Aang is weak.
So, anyways, we're basically just we're trying to point out all the reasons why the show isn't as bad as people say it is.
It has some flaws.
I think the reason why people don't like it is because
it's not Avatar: The Last Airbender.
So many people grew up with it as their childhood that they were expecting so much from The Legend of Korra, and they wanted it to be exactly like ATLA. They wanted it to live up to it. They wanted it to be it, but they wanted it to be better than it.
Yeah.
And there's so many...
Kind of like Jessie. You grow up watching Jessie, and then they bring out Bunk, and you're like, this is a disgrace.
Yeah, I mean, I think, in my personal opinion, The Legend of Korra is better than ATLA, but I probably only think that because I watched The Legend of Korra before Avatar: The Last Airbender. So
I like them equally. I guess you could call me an equalist.
Oh,
Sorry, I got that off of a comment on Instagram. Okay, leave me alone.
But
if you're watching this video,
I don't think I don't think you should discredit The Legend of Korra, because honestly, that show is, compared to what kids nowadays are gonna grow up with,
they're gonna grow up with Teen Titans Go.
It teaches so many, I mean, there's so many layers, and there's a ton of development, and if people really want to get down to how much better Avatar: The Last Airbender was than The Legend of Korra, how come The Legend of Korra got 4 seasons and ATLA only got 3? I mean, I'm sorry, I love Avatar.
I guess they were kind of rushed, though. Because they were rushed into making 3 seasons of it.
But
they forced Nickelodeon to do it. They're like, make 3 seasons.
Avatar: The Last Airbender, I love it so much, but I am not going to tolerate people.
I feel like people only like it now. Like, back then, it was like a disgrace show. No one liked it. It was, like, unpopular back then.
Yeah.
Even then, I don't remember.
Even, like, 3 years ago, I was trying to convince...
It was unheard of.
Yeah, almost unheard of. Like, if you... I mean, you could barely...
If you knew it, you were an anime watcher.
Yeah. And now everyone's watching it, and, like, I kind of miss how drama-free it was, like the old environment was. Like, I kind of miss it just being like, if you knew, you knew, but like...
I kind of hate it, though. I hate ATLA, but I love it.
Why?
I don't like how Zuko got so little time.
Oh, yeah, that was the one thing when we were watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. I always thought that, like...
They need more time with Zuko.
Yeah, they led up to this happening for so long.
And then they just...
It was like 4 episodes.
And then they trusted him the next day, too. They're like, oh, here's some tea.
But, yeah. Anyways, yeah, that is some of the reasons why The Legend of Korra is not as bad. Why it doesn't suck. And
why people hate it, because they're annoying and stupid.
Why it's just...
And they need to get an education.
Why it's just genuinely... I think it's a good show, and if people stopped remembering... I think that if it had no correlation to Avatar: The Last Airbender, it wouldn't have as much hate as it does. I think that if it was just a standalone show, I think it would get just as much recognition as Avatar: The Last Airbender. If ATLA never existed, I think The Legend of Korra...
Or if they were made by 2 different people, and it's like, she wasn't the Avatar, she was someone else.
Yeah,
the Avatar.
I think that it would be just as popular, and people wouldn't hate it so much. But yeah, those are the reasons, and now I'm going to tell you a little tidbit fun story if you want to hear it. If you don't, you can just skip past this part of the video, but it's pretty interesting to say the least.
If you do skip it, there will be consequences.
So this is, if you made it to this part of the video, thank you.
Don't leave us. Oh yeah, honey.
I'm going to tell you a story. It's from Avatar: The Last Airbender. This happened about 2 years ago. and it was on Nickelodeon.
Nick. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
And I was waiting. We were gonna go and get Taco Bell. Okay, I love Taco Bell.
It's okay.
And
Chick-fil-A is better.
So me and Gab were watching the Jet episode in the living room, and we have like this exercise machine. So it's kind of like a climber, like you know how you push down on
treadmill climber.
Yeah, it's like you push down on the pedals and they move and they go. You know what I'm talking about, right? So I was on this thing. I wasn't really exercising per se. I was just kind of like on it because I
just kind of walking.
Yeah. And so you know that part in the Jet episode where she's like
holding on to Jet and he's going up into the like tree houses.
Yes, and it's like oh,
why do we know what we're going to do? That's creepy.
And so one of the feet of the darn machine scraped down the side of my leg, like
I didn't even notice too.
What is it called? Your shin? My shin, like straight down, and
it was a big old one.
It's metal. So I was like,
it cut.
I was trying not to like say anything, so I just like ran out of the room into the bathroom.
I thought she had something to do, man. I was like, oh.
And so I looked at my leg, and why am I lifting up my pant leg right now? You can't even see.
Oh my god.
And so it was literally so bad. Like from the top of my knee to like my ankle, there was just
that
like
little bone on your ankle.
There was just like a huge scrape. And I didn't tell anyone because I am absolutely petrified to go to the doctor because
she told me though.
I hate needles. And I was like, I didn't know if it was serious, so I kind of like we were leaving the house because we were going to get Taco Bell, and so I just put like a sock over it with some paper towels. Some paper towels to hold it in place because it was bleeding a little. And I was like, got in the car, and the entire time it was stinging so bad. So as soon as we got home, I ate my Taco Bell.
Oh my god, you're talking so fast.
I ate my Taco Bell, and then I went back to my room and I saw how it looked, and I was like, oh, no. I told Gab to come.
Joking.
And I was like, Gab, you cannot tell our mom. And I was like, she was like, okay, whatever. So I showed her my leg, and she was like, it's not even that bad, okay? Couple hours passed by, like it's nighttime. I show her my leg again.
You know how things swell.
She was literally like, oh my god.
Almost half of her leg was like purple and black. Not even like black and blue, purple and black.
It was bad. And then after it healed a couple days later, like it wasn't fully healed, but healed enough, I told my mom, and she was
like, whatever.
Yeah.
She barely even cared.
And so
she doesn't get shook by anything.
Yeah.
She don't care.
But yeah, that is the story. And now I have a scar. I have a scar on my leg straight down, and now whenever I see that scar, I'll always be reminded of
Jet.
Jet shouldn't have died. I loved him. Okay, I'm sorry.
Jet sucks.
Jet does not suck.
He sucks. He's trying to take the place of Zuko without a scar. The Fire Nation took my family away. He's trying to take Katara's crown. The Fire Nation took away my mother.
Oh my god.
This ain't about TLA.
Okay. Well, guys, that's the end of the video. Thanks for sticking around if you made it this far.
If you want to put comments in the comment section, go ahead. Get destroyed.
Please. Yeah. I'm trying to get this out before it comes out on Netflix. So yeah, please like and subscribe and share this video if you want.
We don't care.
Yeah.
You can hate it for all we care.
And yeah, tell us what you thought. Tell us your opinions, thoughts.
Hate comments. I can destroy you.
What you think.
So I can break you down into pieces and torture you like
God. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.